Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have Darlene Smith, who's a friend of mine, neighbor, and also a fellow realtor. And we're hoping to shed some light on the real estate industry and what a real estate agent does today.
Yes. Hello. And I just want to say thank you for the invite. It's an honor to be here, standing next to my friend, neighbor, and coworker.
We're so glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
Let's do some rapid fire questions.
Come on, let's go.
What's the best advice you have for first-time home buyers?
A realtor. Get a realtor. Especially right now, a lot of individuals are thinking, oh, I don't need a realtor, with them have to pay the compensation. They thinking they can do it by themselves. They thinking they can go online. Get a realtor. But the important thing is get someone you trust. Get someone you trust, because for that 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 days, that person is going to be your best friend. So get a realtor who understands your needs, your wants, and you trust.
I love that. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest mistake that sellers make?
Again, not having a realtor. Because especially now, it's popular for sell by owner, and you see online, you see on the commercials, we could sell your house for one day, and don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to what I'm saying. Do not do that. Don't do that. Again, get a realtor, because a realtor is someone who will have your back, and they know what they're doing, and they make sure everything is legal and done correctly. And if you have a good one, it'll be stress-free.
I love that. What's your favorite part about being a realtor?
Helping people. Prior to real estate, many years, I was in social work. So I can honestly say I spent my entire adult life helping people reach their goals and dreams. And the look on their face when you're at the closing table. Can I tell you a quick story?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
My very first closing was first-time homeowner. And we at the closing table, and I'm crying. And the closing attorney looked at me and was like, Darlene, you're the realtor. But I was just so overwhelmed, because I knew this was an individual who thought they would never be in that situation, in that position, broke so many generational curses. So helping.
I love that. Great answer. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful part of the industry. It's been my favorite part, has been able to help family and friends. Your home is the most important thing to you, and buying or selling a home is the largest investment or purchase or sell that most of us will ever do. And being able to be a part of that really is an amazing thing, and I'm very grateful. And I love that story. Now, to flip it, what's your least favorite part of the job? If there's not one.
Everything. Least favorite. Well, I love it. I guess I think I don't have a least favorite.
Yeah.
I don't have a least favorite. No. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, that's good.
Something new.
No, it's a fun job. You see open houses, showings, meetings. It's great. Now, on the personal level, are you more of a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl, all my life. All my life. all of my life. And I don't know why. I could sit up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I get it.
Why?
Well, we can get a lot of work done in those hours, though, when everyone else is sleeping.
Yes.
If you weren't a realtor, what would you be doing?
Social work. Definitely social work. Again, I just love to help other people who want to help themselves.
Yeah.
I get a kick out. I think my God told me you get your blessings by blessing others. So just trying to help.
Yeah. Now, these are just some frequently asked questions that a lot of you ask, and we get asked all the time. And so we hope to be able to answer some of these for you guys. How do I know I'm ready to buy a home?
My thing is, why wouldn't you be? And I'm going to tell you why. You have to pay to stay. So wherever you're living, you still have to pay. The difference is, if your situation changes, if you want to downsize, upsize, if you're renting, when you tell your landlord you're leaving, they're going to have your spot ready for the next person before you leave. You get nothing. They say goodbye, see you later, thank you for your money, thank you for putting my kids through college. Whereas If you own your home, it's a great chance that you're walking away with some of your money back, and it ups your credit score.
What's the first step in buying a home? Like I said, hey, Darlene, I think I'm ready to buy a house. Where do we start?
I'm very thorough in my process, and I always tell everybody I don't skip steps. So I don't skip steps. We doing 1, 2, 3. We not gonna go from 1 to 10 with me. It's just not going. Reason being, I want you to understand the full process. Even if this is your 3rd, 4th, 5th home, I really want you to understand the full process. So the first thing would be a buyer's consultation. What about you?
I love that. No, I think that's a great answer. Your buyer's consultation is number one. I think the number one complaint that agents get is lack of communication and that breakdown in communication. So one of the things I'm most passionate about is a communicative process. So I love that you said that. Is making sure that we're on the same page and that you have clear expectations, and also that I'm available when you need me, when you need to make a call or you need advice. Or so I love that.
You heard me say we are best friends. Until we go to closing table, we are best friends.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, you kind of touched on it, but in this current market, you think it's better to buy or rent right now?
To me, it's always better to buy. I mean, and a lot of times your mortgage is cheaper than rent. And if you're in an area, like you said, if you want to upsize or downsize, you can always sell or use that as a rental property. So now you look up and you're the owner of 2, 3, 4 properties as opposed to renting. I had a client, we closed a couple of weeks ago. She's in her late 50s. She's been renting all her life, and she was renting down Buckhead, $3,400 a month. Forever. We added it up. It was something like $400,000.
Yeah. Wow.
That she just gave away.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. There are so many benefits to owning over renting. Now, of course, it does depend on your financial situation and your future goals. But in terms of investment, if you are in a position where buying is on the table, it's in the cards, get with a real estate agent like one of us, like Darlene here, and let's walk through what that would look like for you. Because like you said, there is oftentimes a lot of money left on the table, not just in what you're spending on rent, but the not having equity in a home. Or another thing about renting too is rents go up every year most of the time, every year or two. My home buying story, we were renting and had decided, let's rent another year. We'd saved up some money and we thought we really can't get the house we want right now, so let's wait another year. It wasn't that week that the landlord reached out and said, hey, we're not going to be renewing the lease. The homeowner is going to move back in and we'll sell the house a year or two from now. And so right then and there, our security had been wiped from under us, and we went into, and we actually purchased a home. And this was in early 2020. The home value has now almost doubled, and turned out to be a wonderful investment, and really worked out for us. But I share that story with folks often, of the benefits of owning and also not being able to just time the market perfectly. So I love that.
A lot of people think that their interest rates are going to go back down to 1-2%, so they're waiting.
And while they're waiting, the home value is going up. It's interesting. I was doing some math the other day. A property at the beginning of summer with the higher interest rate actually costs less per month than it does now, because the values have gone up by almost 5% since then. And so it washes away that lower interest rate.
It does.
So how do I find a good real estate agent?
Call me. No, I'm joking.
No, hey, that's it.
No, call one of us. Like I said, who you pick or choose to be your realtor is very, very, very important. We're all different. We are different. So if you don't have that gut feeling that this is an individual that I can actually call when I have a question, keep looking.
What would you say are some of the best qualities of a good realtor?
Someone who listens. Someone who listens. I mean, for me, someone who listens. I know before we relocated and I sold my properties, my realtor told me that they don't do open houses. I don't do this. I don't do that. I'm telling them what I want. They telling me I know I don't do that. But I'm paying you. You know what I mean? So,
Right. What's the average timeline for buying or selling a home in your experience?
It varies. It depends on the individual. Like I tell people, it could be 30 days. I have some that I met and we closed within 3 weeks. Rare. Totally rare. Then I have other ones that I work with for 2 years. So it depends on that individual.
That's right. Do you recommend staging a home before selling, or do you prefer it to be vacant?
I've never staged a home. I had one that was staged. It was in a different price range. So maybe that's the difference. It was like over $1 million, so it was a different price range. But I've never staged. Have you? I don't know.
Not really. A couple of times, but I've either had the home has been vacant and it just wiped out and it just shows better, nice and clean and empty, because you as a potential buyer can really vision your things in there and get a feel.
That's a really good question.
Now, if you had to take your pick, would you rather the home be empty or have the current owner's belongings in the home? In your experience,
Well, right. When
which
I'm thinking, it was one property, and this is about a year or so ago. The property was vacant and wouldn't sell. Then they staged it. It sold immediately. And I actually liked the better stage.
Yeah.
But I prefer vacant too. So
Right. No, it does vary, and staging is, my understanding, is more so designed to show you what a room is designed to be. And so, like in my experience, we have staged homes where, maybe there's an office that could serve as a fitness center, or it's an odd room or an odd location, or maybe the basement area. Really, the rooms where you're showing someone how to live in this space. If we're just staging to put a living room in there or to put some candles on the tape or on the countertops, I don't think there's a lot of value there.
No.
But there is. It is. That's the thing. In today's time, one of the things we're looking to do is maximize your profits when you go to sell your home, and so weighing whether it's beneficial or it makes sense to stage the home, I think varies on the house. But generally speaking, I like a vacant, nice and clean home.
So do I.
So in this hot market that we're in, I know we're running short on time. Darlene, thank you so much for being here.
No, have me back. I'll come back.
We will. We'll do it again. What's the best way to make a competitive offer? And I know you're great at this, but in a hot, a competitive market that we've seen for the last few years here, especially in Woodstock, it's always competitive here in Cherokee County and Cobb County as well. How do you write a strong offer when it's not necessarily just the price? What are some other elements?
No due diligence with a right to request repairs.
So is that common for you?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, not now, because now, the houses are pretty much sitting. But when you were getting 50 offers per home, yes, zero due diligence with a right to request repairs, which is really the same thing as due diligence.
Right. I get my last question for you. Right now, here in Woodstock, in your experience, do you think we're in a buyer's or a seller's market?
We are definitely in the buyer's market. So all of everybody who's thinking about considering buying a property, now is the time to do it, because now you have sellers who are contributing closing costs. You have an option of homes. 9 out of 10, it may be one, if that, other offer on that property. We are in a buyer's market. So buy.
Darlene, I love it. Thank you. How can we find you? How can we reach out to you?
Again, I am Darlene Smith, Smith Fortune Realty Group, Atlanta, partner with Atlanta Communities, 404-861-5614. I also have a podcast, which he would definitely be on, What's Poppin' ATL. Be on the lookout for that. Email is darlene@darlenepsmith.com.
Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.